Every pig living in a home has already made a decision about the person who lives there. That decision was not conscious in the way humans make decisions. It was deeper than that. Instinctive, structural. Based on weeks and months of observation, testing, and data that the pig collected without the person ever noticing. And the result of that decision is not what most people expect. Because a pig does not see a human as an owner. She does not see a friend. She does not even see a human. She sees a member of the herd, a specific member with a specific role in a social system that has been running for thousands of years before anyone thought of keeping a pig indoors. In the last video, we talked about how to show a pig love in ways she actually understands. Today goes a level deeper, because the reason some of those methods work is not about technique, it is about role. And understanding the role changes everything. Wild pigs and feral pigs live in matriarchal herds. The structure is not random. There is a lead female who makes the decisions, a set of close allies who stay near her, younger members who follow, and peripheral members who are tolerated but not central. Every individual has a position. Every position comes with specific expectations. Who eats first? Who sleeps closest to the center? Who gets approached, and who does the approaching? The hierarchy is stable, negotiated through body language, proximity, and subtle daily interactions that rarely involve aggression. It is a quiet, constant, social negotiation. And here is the part that changes everything about living with a pig. That system does not turn off when a pig moves into a house. She does not abandon the herd model because there are no other pigs. She maps it onto whatever social group is available, and that social group is the household. My name is Bob, and after years of living with more pigs than any reasonable person should, this is the single most important thing I have learned about how they see the world. A pig sorts every person in the household into one of three categories. The first is what might be called the anchor. This is the person the pig has identified as the most predictable, the most calm, the most consistent presence. Not the most affectionate, not the one who gives the most treats, the most reliable. Reliability is the highest currency in the pig social system. The anchor is the person the pig gravitates toward during stress. The person whose presence lowers the pig's heart rate. The person whose voice triggers immediate relaxation. In most households, this role gets assigned to one person and stays there permanently. Once a pig has designated an anchor, it takes a significant rupture to change that designation. In a two-person household, this creates a dynamic that can feel confusing. Both people feed the pig, both people sit on the floor, both people speak in calm voices. But the pig still chooses one. She goes to that person during a storm. She sleeps closer to that person. She greets that person first at the door. The other person gets affection too, but the weight is different. And the pig decided that weight based on something so subtle that neither person can usually identify what it was. The second category is the companion. This is a person the pig likes, trusts to a reasonable degree, and will interact with willingly. But the companion does not carry the same weight as the anchor. The pig will approach the companion for play, for food, for casual contact. But during a thunderstorm, during a vet visit, during any moment of genuine fear, the pig goes to the anchor, not the companion. The distinction is invisible in daily life. Both people might get nudges, grunts, and lap climbs, but the difference shows up under pressure. And that difference reveals the hierarchy the pig has been maintaining the entire time. There is a detail about the companion role that most people miss. The companion can be promoted. It happens slowly. If the anchor becomes less available or less consistent, and the companion steps into the reliability gap, the pig will begin reassigning weight. Not instantly, over weeks. The greeting gets a fraction longer. The following increases by a room or two. The lean starts appearing. The pig is not sentimental about the hierarchy, she is practical. The role goes to whoever earns it through demonstrated stability. The third category is the tolerated presence. This is a person the pig has decided is not a threat, but also not a member of the inner circle. Visitors who come regularly. Neighbors, someone who lives in the house but does not participate in the pig's daily routine. The pig will share space with a tolerated presence, will accept food, might even allow light contact. But the ears stay slightly more alert. The body does not fully relax. The pig is polite. She is not invested. Now here's where it gets interesting. The assignment happens fast. Most pigs sort the household within the first 2 to 4 weeks, and the criteria are not what most people assume. It is not about who feeds her the most. It is not about who plays with her the longest. It is about who is the most predictable, who sits on the floor the most, who speaks in the calmest voice, who respects the departure, who pauses before approaching. The pig is running a constant, invisible evaluation during those first weeks, and every interaction is a data point. By the end of the first month, the verdict is in, and the pig does not announce it. She simply starts behaving differently around different people. The anchor gets the lean, the companion gets the nudge, the tolerated presence gets the glance. There are moments when the evaluation becomes visible. A pig walks into a room with 2 people. She does not split the difference. She goes to one of them. Consistently, every time. That is the hierarchy expressing itself in real time. Or a pig hears a loud noise and runs, not to the center of the room, to a specific person. She has already calculated who makes the world safer, and she goes straight there. No deliberation. The math was done weeks ago. The thing is, this system explains behaviors that otherwise make no sense. Why does the pig follow one person but not another? Why does she sleep next to one person but only sit near the second? Why does she approach a guest with curiosity but never fully relax? It is not personality, it is not mood. It is a social architecture that the pig built deliberately, based on evidence, and maintains consistently. There is one more part to this that people rarely talk about. The pig does not see the anchor as an owner. She does not see a master, a provider, or a parent. The closest translation, based on observed behavior, is something like a senior herd member. Someone who ranks above her in the social order, but not because of size or force. Because of calm, because of consistency, because of demonstrated reliability over time. The pig respects the anchor the way a herd animal respects a led figure, not out of fear. Out of the recognition that this individual makes the environment more stable, more predictable, more safe. That is not ownership. That is something closer to earned authority. And the difference matters because it means the relationship can be lost. Authority that was earned through consistency can erode through inconsistency. If the anchor becomes unpredictable, loud, or unreliable, the pig will quietly begin reassigning the role. Not dramatically, gradually. The lean gets shorter. The following decreases. The pig starts spending more time with whoever has become the more stable presence. It is not punishment. It is recalculation. There was a stretch of about 3 weeks where the morning routine got disrupted. Different wake times, missed floor sessions, louder energy in the house than usual. Nothing dramatic by human standards, but the pigs noticed. One of them, the little one, the one who normally parks herself against the same leg every evening, started drifting, sitting a few feet further away, choosing a different spot on the couch. It was not obvious on any single day, but over those 3 weeks the pattern was clear. The moment the routine stabilized again, she came back, not all at once, gradually, like a graph returning to its trend line. The bond was not broken. The data had shifted temporarily, and so had she. And honestly, that is the part that shifts the entire perspective. A pig does not love unconditionally. She loves based on evidence. She makes decisions based on patterns. She assigns value based on demonstrated behavior, not intentions. And that means the relationship is never finished. It is continuously maintained, continuously evaluated, and continuously earned. Every calm evening on the floor is a deposit. Every loud reaction is a withdrawal. The balance is always running. There is something genuinely wild about that. An animal that weighs less than a medium dog, living in a house built for humans, running a social evaluation system sophisticated enough to differentiate between 3 categories of relationship, assign them within weeks, and maintain them for years. And the person on the receiving end usually has no idea any of it is happening. Next video is the lighter side of living with these animals. What a pig actually does every single night while the house is asleep. There is a whole routine happening somewhere around 3 in the morning, and it involves the kitchen, a very specific route through the house, and sounds that make sense only if you have heard them before. That one stayed a mystery for a long time around here.